Happy Friday, everybody. I'm sorry, happy Sunday. I keep forgetting what day it is. Uh, so, happy Sunday, and I hope you're having a good Sunday night. I hope you had a good evening, good Sunday evening, good day altogether. Sundays for resting after a very, very long weekend. I had a mostly lazy weekend, except today when I had to get up at the crack of Why Am I Awake to watch a movie with my international Discord friends at 5 o'clock in the morning for me. Why? Because I'm a masochist, as my message says, and then I sent myself over to go paddling at the marina because I do dragon boat paddling. So it's not enough that I get up early. I get up early to do something something that requires a lot of effort and concentration. Also, thank you for following River So Wide. You are an awesome mod over at Pimp Daddy Supreme. So thank you for doing that tonight. And I will be heading over there once my stream is done. But thank you for the shout outs and for following me. Really appreciate that. So without further ado, willkommen to my German stream, where I learn German on DuoLingo, and hopefully I help you if you're interested in also learning German a little bit, like I am. I'm only doing the easy 5-minute lessons every day, although on stream they seem to take me almost an hour. So clearly there's something to be talked about if you are a language nerd like I am. So let's get to it. Be over here really quick. Capture. There we go. That worked this time. So, as I mentioned in my previous streams, I am not a competitive person. Not nearly competitive, but I've been trying to get myself out of Sapphire League for the last 2 weeks. And as of yesterday, I was so close to getting out. Only the top 10 people who score experience points get out. And apparently I did not make it. I think I was in ranking number 12 before the leaderboard closed. So right now, if I do a lesson, because he just closed it, I may be able to get at the top of the league, of the leaderboard, but I don't know how long I will stay there because I will have all week to get my ranking up. So at some point, I hope to get out of Sapphire League and make it up to Ruby League. So when we last joined our intrepid German student, we were learning languages and leisure. So we did languages yesterday. We can say English in German, and it's English. We can say Spanish in German, which is Spanish. We can say Polish, which is Polnish. And the one I wanted to learn, which I did, but I can't remember it because I have a really bad memory, was French. You know how to say France, which is Frankenreich, but I can't remember what it was. It's like Francois cheese or something. I'm butchering it because I just can't remember it, but it's something that just didn't stick in my brain. I was happy when I finally saw it, but it didn't stay in there long enough for me to retain it. So maybe when I do my final language lesson, I could tuck it into that brain and keep it in there hopefully for a little longer. So today we go back to leisure activities, and we'll see if that helps us in any way to retain things. All right.
Wo singst du heute?
Wo singst du heute? Where are you singing today? Heute. If it is sings, that is a very easy way to remember singing. Pretty cool. Okay. Wo is where. Singst du. Where do you sing today? So where are you singing today? And the cheat over here is simply that there are no other words in the prompts that are verbs in the inflection for you. So by deduction, we can get it. I am not singing in public. I might be singing in my garage when I do smule. So that's about it.
Mein Vater kocht manchmal, aber nicht heute Morgen.
My father cooks sometimes, but not this morning. So this morning was not one of those sometimes, I suppose. Mein Vater kocht manchmal, aber nicht heute Morgen. Maybe they ordered out or decided to go to a restaurant for breakfast.
Singst du manchmal in Frankreich?
Singst du manchmal in Frankreich? Do you sometimes sing in France? I'm sure if you are a famous musician, singer, opera singer, you would have cause to go to France to go sing. Singst du manchmal in Frankreich?
Die Kanzlerin singt nie.
Die Kanzlerin singt nie. The chancellor does not sing, or never sings, actually, nie.
Ich singe oft, aber meine Frau singt nie.
I sing often, but my wife never sings. Okay, at least one of you is musically inclined in that perspective.
Ich singe laut, aber nicht gut.
This would be me. I sing loud, but not well. Ich singe laut, aber nicht gut. Or I sing loudly, because it's an adverb describing the verb to sing.
Maria ist Studentin und sie spielt gern Basketball.
Maria is a student and she plays basketball. Gern, I think I know this one. And she likes to play. There we go. It's describing the verb to play, spielt. And she likes to play basketball. Which is good. You can be a student and like sports. It's a very wide variety of interests, and we always want that. That's always good. Certainly put it on your resume, at least. for your when you're trying to get into college, I guess, varied interests. You got to have those extracurriculars, and basketball would fill it.
Ich fotografiere nicht oft.
Ich fotografiere nicht oft. That seems to make sense. I do not take photos often. Fotografiere, take photos. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Ich fotografiere gern in Wien. Ich fotografiere gern in Wien.
I like to take photographs in Vienna. Ich fotografiere gern in Wien. I'm sure it's a lovely city of which to take photographs, so why not? I'm sure if I ever go there, and hopefully one day I will take lots of photographs.
Du fotografierst immer in Kanada.
Never or always. You never take photographs in Canada. I'm going to go with always because we just had me as never. So immer would be always. And sure, if you go to Canada often and like what you see there, why not take photos? You always take photos in Canada. Fotografierst immer in Canada.
Ich singe gern.
Ich singe gern. I like to sing. And as I mentioned before, I like to sing when no one's listening. So usually in the car or in the garage. Ich singe gern.
Die Schauspielerin singt zu oft.
Oh, that's a read. The actress sings too often. And this might be coming from someone who not want to listen to them sing that often, or maybe a rival who doesn't like to listen to them sing. Schauspielerin singt zu oft.
Singst du gern?
Do you like to sing? I would ask that some friends, and I definitely know some that like to sing a bit. Singst du gern?
Die Künstlerin fotografiert gern in München.
I believe this one is the one I couldn't remember. The actress likes to take photographs in Munich. Die Künstlerin fotografiert gern in München. Not actress, sorry, artist.
Er singt gern, aber sie fotografiert gern.
He likes to sing, but she likes to take photographs. Differing interests for everybody. Er singt gern, aber sie fotografiert gern. While to hear that, I said gern, just didn't like to hear me say it. No. As usual, I'm going to play my microphone. All right, Duo's flexing. See what he's going to give me that's hard this time. You sometimes sing in France.
Singst du
Oh, sometimes, not often.
manchmal in Frankreich?
Singst du manchmal in Frankreich? Sometimes sing in France. And if I were in French, I would say oui. And we had this already in German, so I remember it.
Ich singe oft, aber meine Frau singst nie.
I often sing, but my wife never sings. Ich singe oft, aber meine Frau singst. Yeah, this one. That's the sing for you sing.
Singt
Without the S is
nie.
the third person. Meine Frau singt nie. Oh, good. I did it right this time. Yesterday, I kept hitting the verb for you instead of for he or she in the third person. Whoop, I got 33 days on my streak. Let's hope to keep it going so I can get back to my 78-day streak from before that I sadly lost, and I hope to regain sometime soon. And as usual, after a lesson, I like to do a small practice just to go over all the level 1 things that I've learned. I have 2 crowns on weather, so I've reached 2 levels. 1 crown on family 2, but everything else above that is at crown 2. So I'm a bit OCD, if you want to say it in that respect. I want to make sure that I get everything leveled up evenly. So I'm not going to go back to these very interesting topics nonetheless until I get everything up to the same level, and then I'll start everything again. So practice 1, easy practice as I call it.
Sta,
Sta, like station. They say Station, like Bahnhof, this train station, or the railway station, subway station. U-Bahn-Station. Station.
sta,
Was ist dein Beruf? Was ist dein Beruf?
What is your job? No. Arbeit is job. So dein Beruf is your profession. What is your profession? Was ist dein Beruf?
mas, mas,
I always wonder, they write these sounds with the double S, but there is a symbol, which someone reminded me what it's called, the German symbol for the double S. Maybe they don't do it when it's like the end of the word, or maybe they're just doing it for the pronunciation. But sometimes I see it on here, and trying to see like when they use it and when they just read out the double S.
Interessant, aber stressig. Interessant. Aber stressig.
And this is something you could say about your job, your Arbeit. It is interesting, but stressful. Interessant, aber stressig.
scha,
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 like actor or actress. Schauspieler or Schauspielerin.
Karl, was ist dein Beruf? Karl. Was ist dein Beruf?
Carl, what is your profession? Carl, was ist dein Beruf?
Mein Bruder ist Student.
Brother is a student. And the fact that they say student and not Schüler Student usually refers to a college student, while Schüler refers to like elementary or junior high school student. Mein Bruder ist Student.
Mein Beruf, dein Beruf. Mein Beruf. Dein Beruf.
My profession, your profession, and profession is masculine in this respect because it's mein, meine, and dein, deine. Mein Beruf, dein Beruf.
Maria, was ist dein Beruf?
Ria, what is your profession? I keep seeing a lot of profession questions in this lesson, and while it is helpful to be learning how to say, what is your profession, and talking about your job, that to me doesn't seem to fall into the leisure activity unless you do your job for funsies because you don't need to work, but you do it because you like it. Maybe in that respect, it could be considered a leisure activity. Maria, was ist dein Beruf?
Der Mann ist Student.
The man is a college student. Der Mann ist Student.
Ist deine Frau Professorin?
Is your wife a professor? Ist deine Frau Professorin?
Ich bin auch Student.
I am also a college student. I wonder what else he is for him to say also or auch. Ich bin auch Student.
Sie ist Professorin und er ist Professor.
And here's the gender distinction. She is a professor and he is a professor. So professor is masculine and Professorin is the feminine. Sie ist Professorin und ist Professor.
Meine Arbeit ist sehr interessant.
Ooh, lucky you. My job is very interesting. I wonder what she does. Meine Arbeit ist sehr interessant.
Mein Bruder ist Professor und meine Schwester ist Professorin.
So she comes from a learned family. My brother is a professor and my sister is a professor. Mein Bruder ist Professor und meine Schwester ist Professorin.
Er ist Professor und sie ist Professorin.
And we had this sentence before, just reversed. But we still get the right genders listed. He is a professor and she is a professor. Er ist Professor, sie ist Professorin.
Ja, meine Arbeit ist aufregend, aber sehr stressig.
check to make sure I heard that right.
Ja, meine Arbeit ist aufregend, aber sehr stressig.
Okay. So, yes, my job is exciting but very stressful. And that happens sometimes. But you still do it because excitement. Ja, meine Arbeit ist aufregend, aber sehr stressig. Is your work very interesting? Ist deine Arbeit sehr interessant? If you did what the other guy does, I'm sure it's interesting and exciting. And we had this one already, so we should know it. The question is, can I spell it? Brother is a professor and my sister is a professor. Mein Bruder ist Professor und meine Schwester ist Professorin. And we had Eddie tell us this sentence in German earlier. I am also a college student. Ich bin auch Student. Dinged on my capitalization for proper nouns by one of my Dutch friends that it's very traditional to capitalize the proper nouns when you're writing in German. So I have to remember to do that. I'm a lowercase person all the way, so it's very hard to remember when to do it. Or I just get lazy. Hitting that shift key to get the capitals, sometimes it's a little too much. Ich bin auch Student. All right, cool. So I got my small, easy practice in. I am not on the board because the board takes a little while to upload, but hopefully I'll make it there in a bit. And now I can do my slightly more advanced practice. And of course, the barbell is there because Duo flexes when he gives you hard practice questions. So I'm expecting harder practice questions.
Sto,
Stuhl. I like it when they're pronunciation ones.
Sto,
Meine Freundin hat eine Tante.
My girlfriend has an aunt. Meine Freundin hat eine Tante.
Os,
Oh, see, here's that double S in German. The SZ, I remember correctly. With the OSS is what it stands for, but it's this little like uppercase B that it looks like. That stands for the double S. Os.
Os,
Ich habe eine Freundin.
I have a girlfriend. Ooh, how exciting there. Ich habe eine Freundin.
habt,
Habt.
habt,
And the B and the T make a PT sound. Habt.
Meine Oma hat eine Freundin.
Ooh, my grandma has a girlfriend. Grandma may be old, but she ain't dead. Meine Oma hat eine Freundin.
Arm,
Arm.
Arm.
I still haven't had cause to use this pronunciation in anything that I can recall at the moment. But as I've mentioned in the past, getting that R in the middle of a vowel and a consonant tends to be a little difficult sometimes to pronounce. Eep. So I try my best. I do. I don't always succeed though.
Mein Mann hat eine Tante.
My husband has an aunt. Mein Mann hat eine Tante.
Ahne,
Anne.
Ahne.
Ja, ich spreche gut Schwedisch.
Ooh. Yes, I speak good Swedish, or I speak Swedish well in a proper sentence. Don't speak Swedish well, but our friend of the stream, Jigo, I know, has been taking Swedish on DuoLingo. So I'm hoping he can say that he speaks Swedish well. Ja, ich spreche gut Swedish.
Dünn,
Dünn. It sounds elongated or short.
dünn,
Dünn. Okay. So it's the double N, make it a very short sound as opposed to
dünn,
dune. And then the
dünn,
umlaut over the U, instead of saying dune, it's kind of like suppressing that U, like din.
Ich spreche gut Schwedisch. Ich spreche gut Schwedisch.
And since we thankfully just had this in our last exercise, I speak Swedish well. Ich spreche gut Swedish. Spelling is difficult. My girlfriend has an aunt. Meine Freundin hat eine Tante. I love that. Chest kiss. So good. Thank you. I do not have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, but if I did have a girlfriend, ich habe eine Freundin. At least not in the romantic sense. All right, bring it, Duo. Flex it and make it hard for me. Oh, come on, we just had this one. And since it's counting on me not remembering spelling, I should have remembered how to write to speak and Swedish. Although I'm crossing my fingers, I'll just get a brief typo on this. I speak Swedish well. Ich spreche gut Swedish. Yeah, see, I forgot that. At least I got the Spreche right. The Swedish is just that SCH at the end. All right, not too bad. Okay, redemption, because it just added the ya. I guess anytime it's like an SH sound, I should just throw that C in there, just to be sure. Yes, I speak Swedish well. Ja, ich spreche gut Schwedisch. Oh my god, Lily just doesn't want to have anything to do with that, which is fine. She doesn't have to. No kids. What can you do with them? All right. So after lesson and easy practice and slightly harder practice, I like to do a story time or bedtime story time, depending on your time zone, I suppose. So yesterday we went shopping with Lucy for vacation clothes, and Lily was her department store assistant. Did not go well. So let's find out if having Finny. Hello, Finny. Thank you for that follow. You are awesome and amazing. Oh, hi. Oh, hello, sir. There you go. Mr. Finney, oh, you were playing Marvel's Miles Morales Spider-Man. I love that one. I finally got to see the Into the Spider-Verse, and I really, really liked it. I know, but that's the last thing you streamed. So the Spider-Verse is so good. We still need to do our watch party because we watched The Shining, so we need to do the what was that one? Doctor Sleep. Yeah, Doctor Sleep. That's the one we need to watch. And yes, so far it's I really like the Spider-Man version because it brings in all the Spider-Mans, but just personally being Latina, I like the representation of Miles Morales in there. But it wasn't just like a token Spider-Man. It actually had a good storyline, so it served a purpose, which I really enjoyed. So at some point, we need to catch up and do the Doctor Sleep watch party. I don't know if I have it, if it's on Prime now. We could actually even do a. Oh yeah, I heard about the sequel for Spider-Verse, so I'm looking forward to that one too. But yeah, if we could do like a Prime watch party, or we'll figure it out in Discord when you have time, and we can catch up on Doctor Sleep. But thank you for coming before bedtime. In case you wanted to hear a little German story. So as I was mentioning before, we are going to give it a shot and go and see. I know, German, what the heck? I'm crazy, right? Like, why of all the things would I pick German? I could have streamed Spanish because I speak Spanish, but I wouldn't be learning Spanish. I would just be teaching other people Spanish, and I'd rather stream something that I'm learning at the same time. Oh, you speak Canadian? Is that like people who speak English here? They only speak two languages, English and bad English. Do you speak Canadian and bad Canadian? Well, the Canadian I've heard from you is more than adequate, so I say you would speak it very well. All right, let's go and listen to the. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure you're saying it correctly. All I got was the A from there. Okay, let's listen to our friend deal with a reservation at a restaurant, I believe.
Die Reservierung.
Die Reservierung. Reservation. So reservation, we know, is feminine because it has D in front of it. I know, and I'm happy to see you still be alive and making the rounds. It doesn't matter if you're not on Twitch streaming anymore or even popping into streams. It's still nice to come and say hello. I appreciate it.
Bea und Lynn gehen in ein Restaurant.
Bea and Lynn go to a restaurant, I believe. Yeah, go. Bea und Lynn gehen in ein Restaurant.
Das Restaurant ist sehr elegant.
Oh, restaurant is very elegant. Das Restaurant ist sehr elegant.
Natürlich. Heute ist dein Geburtstag.
Naturally. Today is your birthday, and of course on your birthday you celebrate and you go to an elegant, fancy restaurant. Natürlich, heute ist dein Geburtstag. Bea and Lynn are a restaurant for Bea's birthday. Yes, that is why they're there.
Guten Abend.
And I didn't say this at the beginning of my stream, but guten Abend. Good evening. And I know, Finny, you're in my time zone, so it's good evening for you as well.
Haben Sie eine Reservierung?
Do you have a reservation? Because it's a fancy restaurant, so you can't get away with just showing up on a whim. You have to have a reservation. Haben Sie eine Reservierung?
Ja, für...
Yes, for... This is where I have to remember my numbers. So, ein is 1, 0 is 0, ein is 1, 2 is 2, and 3 is 3. So it is Bea and Lynn, so it's 2 people. So 2 Personen. Ja, für 2 Personen.
2 Personen.
Okay.
Thankfully that doesn't need translation. Okay.
Bitte, hier ist Ihr Tisch.
Here, please, here is your table. Bitte, hier ist Ihr Tisch. And it's using the your that I haven't seen before, because it should say like dein Tisch, your table, but because he used the Sie, which is the formal you, I'm guessing this is the formal you in your objective part of the sentence. So your table. Hier ist Ihr Tisch.
Und die Speisekarte.
And the menu. Und die Speisekarte.
Lynn, das Restaurant ist teuer.
And the birthday girl is concerned because it is an expensive, elegant restaurant, but still expensive. Lynn, das Restaurant ist teuer.
Ja.
Hey, she's treating her friend, so why not? I'll take my friends to a fancy place. I don't mind.
Okay, was möchtest du essen?
Okay, fine. She's gonna let her friend treat her. What do you want to eat? Was möchtest du essen? What would you like to eat? She wants to know what Lynn wants to eat. Yes, she definitely does. And if it were me and someone took me to a fancy restaurant, I'd probably be eyeing, are they getting the surf and turf and getting something fancy for themselves? And then I would get either something equally fancy or maybe a little less expensive. But if they're taking me and getting something cheap, I probably would not order something super expensive. Because clearly they're making an effort and I would appreciate it, but I would not want to put them out.
Salat ist lecker.
See, there you go. It's an elegant and expensive restaurant, but her friend is going for a delicious salad. I'm not going to pay $20 for a salad in a fancy restaurant. Sorry, but maybe that is the cheapest thing, like a little tiny side salad. On the side of what? On the side of her plate, and that's fine.
Salat kostet 30 €?
Oh no. She is surprised because the salad costs 20 euros. That's a lot for a salad. Oh, I'm sorry, dry. 30 euros. That's even more expensive than I was saying. I went to a fancy French restaurant once, and the cheapest thing I could find was their version of a romaine salad with Caesar, like a Caesar romaine salad. And I kid you not, it was barely 3 leaves of romaine salad, not even, shredded or chopped up or nothing. A heavy drizzle of the Caesar with the sardines, which I don't care for. I'll do Caesar, just not with a lot of sardines. And a ginormous crouton cube, and that was it. And that was a $20 Caesar salad at an expensive French restaurant. Nope. Ein Salat kostet 30 Euro. Yeah, it's too much for a salad. How much does a salad cost at this restaurant? 30 euros. Now, if it was 5 euros, it would be a side salad. If it was 200 euros, there better be gold leaf on those salad leaves, because there is no way you would pay that much.
Ich möchte ein leckeres.
So now she is changing her tune. I would like a delicious what? Ich möchte ein leckeres
Wasser.
water. Wasser. Yeah, the menu prices have changed her outlook on what she's going to order. Although, if it's fancy mineral water at an elegant restaurant, I don't know. It might be like a $10 glass of water with bubbles.
Gut, ich möchte einen Salat.
So because her friend is ordering cheap water, the birthday girl has chosen to get a salad. Because, if it's 30, sure, why not? If that's the cheapest thing you can get for $30, let's go. Gut, ich möchte einen Salat.
Und ein großes Schnitzel.
Oh, she's going for it. And a big schnitzel, which I learned yesterday. I just thought schnitzel was the German version of steak. Apparently, schnitzel is like chicken fried steak, but with veal or pork. So it's not just any type of steak. It's a very, very specific one. Und ein großes Schnitzel.
Und Wein.
Oh God, she's going for broke here. And wine. Und Wein.
Okay.
Poor Lynn. She's like, I know I treated my friend for her birthday, but yeah, this is the equivalent of ordering surf and turf. Getting taken out for your birthday.
In einem billigen Restaurant.
There we go. She wants all that. She wants a salad and a schnitzel and wine in a cheap restaurant. In einem billigen Restaurant.
Komm, wir gehen zum Griechen.
Komm, wir gehen zum Griechen. Come, we're getting some Greek, or we're going to a Greek restaurant, but I think it's mostly we're going to get Greek food. Wir gehen zum Griechen. Yeah, to the Greek restaurant. Where does B want to go? She wants to go to a Greek restaurant because it's cheaper. It is billig.
Aber heute ist dein Geburtstag.
But Lynn feels bad because today is her birthday, friend's birthday, so she should get taken out to an elegant and fancy restaurant. Aber heute ist dein Geburtstag.
Und der Grieche in der Nähe ist billig, aber gut.
And to that, the birthday girl B counters, And the Greek restaurant is nearby, and is cheap and also good, but good. So cheap but good as opposed to cheap but not good. So that's enough for her to say, I'm going to go there instead. Und der Grieche in der Nähe ist billig, aber gut.
Das Essen und der Wein sind immer lecker.
Food and the wine are always delicious. That is a good recommendation to go to a Greek restaurant. Das Essen und der Wein sind immer lecker.
Wunderbar. Ich habe großen Hunger und Durst.
And Lynn is relieved. Wonderful. I am very hungry and thirsty, which is the English equivalent, although written, it's actually saying I have big hunger and thirst. I have a lot of hunger. So you aren't in a state of being hungry, you have hunger. Wunderbar. Ich habe großen Hunger, Durst. She's very hungry and very thirsty. Why was Lynn happy? Because they decided to go to a restaurant that has cheap food and wine. But don't forget, it's also good. So cheap and good. So from today's lesson, we've learned that Speisekarte is menu. Wine, surprisingly, is also spelled wine, just flip it. Zwei Personen, two people, for reservation. Essen, which is the verb to eat, but could also stand for the noun food. And then Geburtstag, the Geburtstag, which is a great way of saying birthday. That one's new. Try and remember that one. Yay, there we go. Okay, let's see if any of my efforts have yielded me a spot on the list. Okay, so the Sapphire League is up again. I have 6 days to try and get out of it, or six days. And I did a lesson, 3 practices, and a story. But that still only lands me at 49 experience points and level 11. I need to be in level 10 to get out of this. I am not always going to practice more than this. So we shall see if maybe other people slack and I move up simply because they didn't practice. But just fine. I don't mind. Okay, thank you for coming and listening to the German lesson today. As I've been doing in the past, I have been trying to have a giveaway in stream. So if you are still in chat and are interested in this giveaway, type it in here. Type the giveaway code word, which is Cheddar Goblin. No need to do the quotes, just Cheddar Goblin, and it'll take it. And I will have a treat for you. I will have you guys actually watch a particular commercial to try and sell the giveaway. I don't know if I've been doing it fairly well to convince people. That is good. So if you're still in chat and you want this, I will share the commercial with you. 1 second.
better than cheddar.
Cheddar Goblin. Cheddar Goblin! Cheddar Goblin! Cheddar Goblin!
Cheddar Goblin by Devane has 60% more cheese than the next leading brand. Kids and goblins agree. Cheddar Goblin tastes the best. That's why Cheddar Goblin was rated #1 3 years in a row. Cheddar Goblin by Devane. It's goblin good.
So that is the weirdest way I can find to entice you to get some macaroni and cheese. But this is what I have. Some Devane Cheddar Goblin mac and cheese, which is a promotional item from a movie my entertainment company, Legion M, put out, which is called Mandy. If you have ever seen it, I will share the trailer for it in a second. It is a really dark and twisted revenge-killing thriller, but within the world of the movie. They ran that commercial on the television, and the hero, Nicolas Cage's character, is watching it after a really tense moment. So it's meant to bring down the tone to kind of normalize things for the audience, but it's ridiculous, and people like the Cheddar Goblin. So we started marketing the mac and cheese. And that's why I have it. At the last convention that I worked for the company, I was asked to take a crate of it home. So I have a lot of Cheddar Goblin mac and cheese to give out, which is perfect because it's October and Halloween. You know, why not give it out on Halloween? So we have that. And if you want it, go ahead and enter Cheddar Goblin into the queue, and we'll run the giveaway. But in the meantime, I will share the trailer for that movie, Mandy, so you can get an idea of the movie as well.
Primordial sky, the wretched warlock reached into the dark embrace. His fist closed around the serpent's eye. Strange and eternal.
I need you to get me that girl I saw. You know what to do. You're a special one, Mandy. I, too, am a special one. Let us be so very special together. what you gonna do with that thing?
I'm going hunting.
So what you hunting?
It's crazy evil.
You think you're so in love? I'll show you love. Oh man, they're wrong with you. You exude a cosmic darkness.
It glowed from within, strange and eternal.
So that was the trippy commercial. Depends on your taste of movie. Let's see if there are any takers for the giveaway. It's all right. It's not for everybody. Okay, there is one eligible user. Just Nightbot, but I'm not going to give Nightbot anything. So no. So I will pass on the giveaway tonight, and I will close with another funny, very funny lesson on German. Well, not German actually. It's last time I shared Eddie Izzard speaking about Latin and German. So I will share that little bit of comedy for you today, because even though it's not German, he is a very learned person, and when they were talking about their experience learning French as well as other things, it always made me smile, because if you're a language nerd like I am, you have those lessons. Like, when am I going to use all these things where we're trying to, go to the restaurant and ask people what their professions are, or in the stream the other day for the practice, like we're talking about our snail, having a pet snail and having a pet dog, and choosing between whether you like your pet snail or your pet fish. Just really bizarre situations. So I hope you get enjoyment out of this as well, because I find him funny. And you can associate that kind of learning as well to German situations that you'll probably never use unless you go to Germany. And then you will try to use them as often as you can.
Yeah. So I'm into this. I'm into this idea. This idea, it's a positive thing, man. And I took my last show, Glorious. I took to Paris, and I did it in French. And the French people came and they stared at me with that look on their eyes of quoi? Because, there's no stand-up in France, and they're not used to English people speaking French. But I was doing it, because I thought it would be a positive... Because we could be the biggest melting pot in the world. Biggest melting pot in the world. 500 million people. All we got to do is melt a bit. Just move it around. Fucking move it around. And it was partly that, and partly just to go, yeah. So I did that, and I learnt French at school up to the age of 16, and then I just kept talking endlessly after that, and at school, the first page I ever learnt in French was full of things which are difficult to get into a conversation. Things like, the mouse is underneath the table, la souris est en dessous de la table. Just slip that in when you're buying a ticket to Paris. Le train à Paris, oui. C'est ici, c'est maintenant, c'est 5 minutes. La souris est en dessous de la table. The other line was, the cat is on the chair. Le chat est sur la chaise, slightly more easy to fit in. And the monkey is on the branch. Le singe est sur la branche. Very difficult to get into a conversation. Not a lot of jungle in France. Monkeys, thin on the ground. Thin in the air. Just generally pretty trim. And, yeah, so it just wasn't working. I mean, we go to bars and cafes. That's where we go. We go to bars and cafes. We sit there and we have chats in the cafes. Oui, j'aime beaucoup le café noir. Oui, très fort et très chaud. Avec un cuillère dedans. Ah, le virage de la cuillère, le virage de la poitrine. Je mets la cuillère dans la bouche. Je suis le président de Burundi. Ah oui, Burundi, je le connais bien. Oui, c'est tout près de Zaïre, oui. Tout près de Mozambique. Non, Tanzanie. Oui, je les appris quand j'ai la boxe de poulet. Je dois partir maintenant parce que ma grand-mère est flambée. If you don't speak French, by the way, all that was fucking funny, all right? We go and get hotel rooms for the night. Vous avez une chambre, monsieur? Oui, nous avons les chambres. Nous sommes un hôtel. Okay. Je voudrais une chambre avec un grand lit, a large bed, avec un vue de la mer, view of the sea, avec une douche with a spider. Oui, monsieur. C'est chambre 42, monsieur. 49, merci beaucoup. Mais la souris est en dessous de la table. Le chat est sur la chaise. Et le singe est sur la branche. Quoi? Il y a un singe sur la branche? Le chat, la souris? Où est le singe? Le singe est sur la branche. Est-ce que le singe est dans la chambre? Non. Le singe n'est pas dans la chambre. Michel est dans la chambre. Avec le président de Burundi. In the end, the only way I could get that line into a conversation was I had to go to France with a cat, a mouse, a monkey, a table and chair. And wander around heavily wooded areas. Someone's coming, quick. Positions, les positions, maintenant. Boulot. Tout de suite. Vas-y. Bonjour. Hey, bonjour. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Bonjour, je suis anglais, je suis ici en vacances. C'est très belle ici, les couleurs, les bois. Ah, très belle. Hein? Tu es un travesti? Oui, je suis un travesti, mais pas un travesti typical. Je suis un travesti exécutif. Un travesti d'action. Très bien. Mais la souris est en dessous de la table. Le chat est sur la chaise. Et le singe est... Le singe est disparu. Because the monkey would fuck off. He'd go and do his own thing. It was a bloody monkey. He was a cheeky monkey. And he knew my French wasn't very good, so he'd go off and do things. Ah, le singe est là-bas maintenant. Regarde, il est sur une bicyclette. Il joue au banjo. Et fume une pipe. Maintenant, il arrête, il lit un journal. Ah oui, ici. Et maintenant, il est dans l'autobus. Il conduit l'autobus. Et Sandra Bullock est dans l'autobus. Il y a une bombe dans l'autobus. Il faut conduire l'autobus plus de 50 km par l'heure. Et qui arrive, là, il arrive dans la voiture. Il a pas de cheveux. Et Jeff Daniels est déjà mort. Regarde, il essaie à se jeter dans l'autobus. Et Dennis Hopper, quel méchant. That was the film Speed in French, which in France was called La Vitesse. Or at least it should have been, but in fact it was called Speed.
Thank you for your patience in this tangential French lesson of going to France and mentioning to a hotel concierge, trying to get your sentences like the mouse is under the table, the cat is on the chair, and the monkey is on the branches or is on a branch. Can't do that unless you bring props with you, which apparently he needed to do. So I will try to find more humorous language situations that I can bring to you to share the funny and yet entertaining ways that that language can be interesting if you find a humor in it when you're in the middle of it trying to learn it. Thanks again for coming. We're gonna get ready to raid my Australian friend, and I'm gonna remember everything to do this time. So here's the raid message. If you are in chat and would like to bombard our friend Jikoku no Inu with. So thanks again for coming, and I will see you next Friday for our next German lesson. Let me get the raid going. Okay, there we go. So if you want to hang out on Fridays, I do my German early at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, and then we go into Jackbox Trivia for a little bit. Saturdays and Sundays, I do my Duo German at 10 p.m. Saturdays, I try and play a game afterwards. We'll see. I haven't been able to get my friends on the right schedule to do this, so we'll see what happens next Friday. But if not, thanks again for coming. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your follows, and I hope to see you soon. Bis später and bis bald. See you later and see you soon.
Party of 5! Woohoo! Gotta get the old 90s references going. How you doing, Alexis? Thank you for the raid. Alexis is a streaming machine. How is your stream, Alexis? Please, Bug, can you shout out Alexis, please?